At our anniversary dinner, my husband's best friend raised his glass and said, "Here's to another year with the temporary one." The entire restaurant table went quiet, including my husband David, who just kept cutting his steak like nothing happened. "What did you just call me?" I set down my wine glass and stared at David's best friend Lucas, who was smiling like he'd made a normal toast instead of insulting me in front of 12 people. "The temporary one, that's what we call you at poker night. David knows you're just a placeholder until Natalie comes back from Japan." He said it so casually, like he was discussing the weather. Natalie was David's ex-fiancée who'd broken up with him 4 years ago to take a job in Tokyo. We'd been married for 3 years. "David, what is he talking about?" My husband finally looked up, but he was looking at Lucas, not me. "You weren't supposed to mention that here." Not that it wasn't true, just that Lucas wasn't supposed to mention it here. At our anniversary dinner, that I'd planned for weeks. Lucas laughed and took another sip of the wine I'd specially ordered. "Come on, David, everyone knows. You still have her picture in your office. You still wear the watch she gave you. You check her social media every morning before you even say good morning to the temporary one." He gestured at me like I was a piece of furniture. "Her name is Jennifer. We're married." I held up my wedding ring, but Lucas waved his hand dismissively. "Yeah, but that's just paperwork. David only married you because Natalie's parents said she'd never come back if he was still single and pathetic. They thought he needed to move on, but she's coming back next month and we all know what happens then." My sister, who'd come to celebrate with us, pushed back her chair. "What do you mean she's coming back?" Lucas pulled out his phone and showed a message thread. "Natalie's been texting the group chat. She got transferred back to the Dallas office. Starts in 3 weeks. David's already been apartment hunting for her." I turned to my husband, who was now glaring at Lucas. "You've been helping your ex find an apartment?" David shrugged. "She doesn't know the city anymore. It's been 4 years. I was just being helpful." Lucas laughed louder. "Helpful? You put a deposit down on the place 2 blocks from your office. The one with the connecting balconies to the unit next door. Guess who just happened to sign a lease for that unit last week?" He pointed at David. "But I'm sure that's just a coincidence, right?" My mother-in-law, who'd been silent until now, finally spoke up. "David would never leave Jennifer for that woman." But she said it to Lucas, not to me, and her voice sounded hopeful, not confident. Lucas kept going. "David's been saving money in a separate account, $40,000. He calls it his emergency fund, but we all know it's for when Natalie comes back. She always said she wanted a fancy proposal the second time around, with a bigger ring and a flash mob and all that garbage." He showed another message on his phone. "Look, she even sent him ring options last month." The screen showed a conversation between David and Natalie about diamond cuts and settings. My husband grabbed for the phone, but Lucas pulled it away. "Don't act shy now. You're the one who asked me to help you plan the proposal, though I told you proposing while still married might be awkward." He turned to me with fake concern. "No offense to you, temporary one, but Natalie's his soulmate. You're just the girl who was there when he was lonely." I stood up to leave, but Lucas wasn't done. "Wait, you should know the whole truth. David never even canceled their wedding venue. He's been paying them $50 a month to hold the date for when she comes back. October 15th, same date they were supposed to get married 4 years ago. He even kept the same menu and flowers on order." David finally spoke, but not to defend me. "Lucas, you're drunk. Stop talking." Lucas shook his head. "I'm perfectly sober. Sober enough to remember you made me promise to help you win Natalie back when she returned. You said Jennifer was nice enough, but she wasn't the one. You said marrying her was like buying a starter home. Good enough for now, but you'd upgrade when you could afford better." My sister grabbed my arm. "We're leaving," but I needed to hear more. "What else did he say about our marriage?" Lucas looked genuinely confused. "You want details?" "Okay." He said, "You're too quiet. Natalie was exciting. You're too short. Natalie was model height. You don't challenge him. Natalie pushed him to be better. You're comfortable. Natalie was passion." Should I continue? David stood up. "That's enough, Lucas." Lucas stood too, getting in David's face. "No, what's enough is you stringing